The Pakistani military is forcing thousands of people out of their homes in a remote valley in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa for a military operation. But the Shehbaz Sharif government has called the displacements in the Tira Valley voluntary. The narrative has angered local people, activists, and even tribal leaders in KP. Hello and welcome to The Print. My name is Devdatta, and in this segment of Go to Pakistan, we look at why the Pakistani army is displacing thousands of people along its restive northwestern region. Now, Moniza Kakar, who is a Pashtun human rights activist and lawyer, told The Print that thousands of families cannot leave their homes voluntarily and called the denial deeply concerning. She also said that displacement on this scale does not occur without orders and enforcement on the ground. The forced removals from Tira Valley are happening in full view of the state, yet the federal government now claims that there is no operation and no displacement plan. So, what is exactly happening in Tira Valley? Now, the Pakistani army had earlier set a 25th January deadline for the evacuation of Tira Valley in order to clear the region of TTP or Tehreek-e-Taliban militants. The valley is home to roughly 1,50,000 people near the Afghan border and has long been considered a stronghold of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan or TTP. An estimated 80,000 people have now already left Tira for Peshawar, which is the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Many residents say that evacuation has been rushed, is poorly coordinated and dangerous, and is unfolding amid heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures. In its editorial, Dawn on Tuesday wrote that instead of trading blame, the KP government and the centre should be cooperating to address the people's plights. Locals cannot be left to fend for themselves in such severe weather, especially when they have been uprooted from their native areas. To add to that, according to reports, families leaving the valley must pass through multiple security checkpoints along a single main road that has now become severely congested. A journey that typically takes under 3 hours has now stretched into days, leaving evacuees without adequate water, food, or sanitation. According to local officials, at least two children were killed on 22nd January after their vehicle skidded off an icy road and plunged into a ravine. Rescue efforts have been hampered by continued snowfall, and displaced families are now required to register in Bara, which is a town near Peshawar, before they can even receive government assistance. Each family is being given around 2,50,000 Pakistani rupees, intended to cover rent and basic expenses for 2 months, the expected duration of the military operation. According to Moniza Kakar, the problem is that once these families reach Peshawar, they are completely abandoned. There are no camps, no shelter, no medical support, no compensation, and no rehabilitation mechanism. She said that women, children, and the elderly are left exposed to freezing conditions, and the deaths reported are not just unfortunate accidents, but foreseeable and preventable consequences of state action and inaction. She then said, and I quote, if the federal government disowns responsibility, then it must explain that who ordered these removals and now who will be held accountable. On 24th of January, the Shehbaz Sharif led government denied that the army had ordered the evacuation of Tira Valley. The Ministry of Information called reports of forced displacement as baseless, malicious, and driven by ulterior motives, insisting that residents relocated voluntarily each winter due to harsh weather. Information Minister Ataullah Tarar reiterated the government's position, saying that counter-terrorism operations were intelligence-driven and limited in scope. He said, and I quote, those elements giving the impression that it is a forced evacuation are giving a wrong impression and are spreading misinformation. But according to residents and members of a local tribal council or Jirga as it is known, say that they had negotiated directly with security officials and had reached an agreement on 20th of December which had required all residents to vacate the valley by 25th January in order to allow for a full-scale operation against militant groups. Now, northwestern Pakistan is predominantly inhabited by Pashtuns, an ethnic minority in the country who constitute a significant share of the TTP fighters and recruits. In a post on X, the Pashtun National Jirga called the displacement a humanitarian crisis. But for many, this is not the first time. Military operations in northwestern Pakistan have been ongoing since the US led invasion of Afghanistan in 2001 and have displaced millions of civilians. While they are aimed at military groups, such offensives have also resulted in civilian casualties and widespread destruction, fueling resentment towards the state. Now, the Pakistani army, which plays an outsized role in domestic and foreign policy, has faced repeated allegations of human rights abuses in these regions. There is also opposition to this planned operation. Mahmood Khan Achakzai, who is a senior opposition leader, told the Pakistan parliament earlier last week, for the past 20 years, people are being forced to leave their areas where they had been living for thousands of years. He then went on to ask, is it not terrorism to force people out of their homes, before pleading that for God's sake don't do this? Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's chief minister, PTI's Sohail Afridi, said that he had never supported the operation and called it being imposed by the barrel of a gun. He also accused federal authorities of making decisions behind closed doors and warned of growing mistrust between the province and the central government. This planned military operation comes as the TTP has stepped up its attacks on Pakistani security forces. Last year, Pakistan recorded at least more than 3,000 combat related deaths, which is a 73% increase from around 1,900 in 2024. This is according to a report by Pakistan Institute for Conflict and Security Studies, which said that fatalities among civilians, militants, and members of the security forces rose to reportedly unprecedented level. The TTP maintains close ideological and organizational links with the Afghan Taliban, whom Pakistan has now accused of providing sanctuary, and Pakistani officials had earlier hoped that Taliban, which was their longtime ally, would move to curb or perhaps dismantle the TTP. But recent months have seen massive clashes between the both countries as relations spiraled. This is Devdatta for the print. Keep watching for more such videos.